Hi, I'm Peter, and welcome to All About Filipino Relationships, the channel for foreign guys looking to enter into a relationship with a Filipina or for those already in such a relationship. Today, I'm going to take a look at what some well-meaning expats do that can absolutely destroy a Filipina. And I must say that expats are not alone in doing this, as I've seen many foreign guys who are in online relationships who do exactly the same thing. So what is it that these well-meaning guys do that's actually quite selfish? Well, to find out, be sure to buckle up and stay with me here as I call it exactly as I see it. When we start a relationship with a Filipina, we only want the best for her, and it's easy to let our emotions get the better of us when we may see how her everyday life is. Clearly, most Filipinas won't have all the mod cons that you or I may have in our comparatively luxurious life. We see the Filipina who may be sleeping on a thin mattress on the floor, and she may need to use a scrubbing board to clean her clothes. She may work long hours for what we may consider very low pay. For those who go and visit the Philippines or those who are living in the Philippines, this can be very hard to sit back and watch. And these guys may think to themselves, what can I do to make her life easier? Now, on the surface, this seems like a very caring and natural thing to be thinking. I've seen some guys who help to make her home a little more comfortable or safe. And I've seen other guys who will insist that she leave her job because in his mind, she's earning next to nothing for the long hours that she puts in. But the problem here is that these guys are thinking like a foreigner and not considering the reality for the Filipina. He may think that she's only earning 10,000 or so pesos a month, which is around 250 US. And to him, he can easily fix this problem by telling her that he'll cover her monthly wage from now on and she can stay at home with him. On top of this, many of these guys have also upgraded the Filipina's life by having her move in with him to a much nicer home or condo, which has many of the mod cons that she could never have dreamed about before. He now wines and dines her in an effort to impress her, and may even fly her around the country or overseas for some fun vacation time. These Filipinas can't believe the change that this man has made in their lives, and they feel like they're a queen or royalty of some sort. But we must know that this is not always a story that has a happy ending, and in fact, many of these relationships can leave a Filipina with much heartache and more financial despair than she had before she met you. Elevating her lifestyle and replacing her wage may be all good for those relationships that last long term. But what happens to the Filipina if and when the relationship ends? All of a sudden, you guys are now going your separate ways. And because she trusted enough in you to leave her job, naively as that may have been, she now is on her own without a job. Hence, no way to pay her bills or buy food. One must surely know that jobs in the Philippines are not all that easy to come by. In fact, even for some who have university degrees, may find themselves selling food on the street as a way to get by. Now, I've seen guys who have told the Filipina to leave their job, for which they may have had for several years, and of course, this is the Filipina's safety net and security in a country where no safety net is provided. So now, after a period of time of living the high life, the Filipina is now thrust back into where she was before meeting you, which is a bit like offering a child a piece of candy before snatching it away. Not to mention, she's now financially devastated and struggling to survive on a daily basis without her work. All of this because the well-meaning foreigner was too selfish to consider the ramifications for the Filipina should the relationship fail. Now, in this unfortunate but common event, what's the foreign guy's responsibility in all of this? Does he just walk away and let the woman fend for herself, much in the same way as things are done with women in his own country? Or does he now have an obligation towards the Filipina for a period of time to help her get back on her feet? As we all must know, dating or being in a relationship with a Filipina, especially if living together in the Philippines, is far different to that of a relationship and living together with a woman in your country. It's my very strong view that if you've asked her to leave her job, then you must be prepared to look after her financially for a period of time when the relationship ends, and you guys go your separate ways. If one is not prepared to do this, then simply don't ask her to leave a job. Yes, losing her newfound lifestyle will be difficult, but she'll quickly adjust back into her old lifestyle again with no real problems. If you're really a decent and caring person and you instigated her to leave her job, then you need to help her financially in some way for a period of time. In most cases, I'd suggest that this could be done by helping her out with rent for, say, 6 months or so, which could allow her time to hopefully find a job and get back on her feet. But word of warning here, don't be that naive foreigner who just pays her or sends her cash on a monthly basis for her rent, because many Filipinas aren't great with money and they could easily spend the money on other things and then be hassling you for more money to pay their rent. So personally, what I'd do in this situation is pay 6 months advance rent to the landlord, and that way you don't have to see each other again and you can be on your way feeling at least like you've done the right thing by her. Now, for you guys who may think this is rather stupid and she should just look out for herself, you need to also remember that this may not just be a moral issue that you're facing, but also a legal issue. In the Philippines, the laws are different to that of your country, and there are protections for Filipinas who end up in circumstances similar to what I've outlined here in this video, where the couple have been living together for a period of time. Now, I'm certainly no lawyer, nor do I pretend to understand Filipino law, as it can be quite complicated. So before you as an expat decide to live together with a Filipina in the Philippines, I'd highly recommend that you seek the services of a competent and experienced family attorney in the Philippines. So that way you know exactly what your situation is when living with a Filipina and when or if you guys ever split up. Remember, you can have an amazing time living in the Philippines, but be sure to do the right thing by the Filipina, the locals, and the country, and always seek to protect yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.